Artificial intelligence is coming for every state, whether the data centers are built there or not. That is the part Oklahoma's political leadership seems to be missing. Oklahoma keeps talking about AI as a construction opportunity. Data centers, land, power, permits, tax incentives, big announcements. But the real question is not whether Oklahoma can host the machines. The real question is whether Oklahoma workers are being prepared for an economy where AI changes how work is done. A new national effort called Raise US has launched to help states and employers prepare workers for the AI economy. It is backed by major companies and AI players, including OpenAI, Anthropic, Amazon, Microsoft, Bank of America, IBM, and others. And where is this effort starting? Arkansas, also Maryland, Utah, and Connecticut. Not Oklahoma. That should bother every Oklahoman who has listened to years of speeches about making Oklahoma a top 10 state. Arkansas is our neighbor. Arkansas is our competitor. And on AI workforce preparation, Arkansas appears to be at the table while Oklahoma is not. That comparison should sting. Because AI is not just about where companies put their servers. It is about whether workers, students, teachers, nurses, technicians, small businesses, and community colleges are ready for the economy that is coming. Oklahoma's Republican leadership knows how to chase a deal. They know how to talk about tax breaks, low costs, fewer regulations, cheap land, and cheap power. But that is not the same thing as building prosperity for Oklahoma families. Data centers may bring construction jobs and some permanent jobs. They may also bring higher electricity demand, new infrastructure costs, water concerns, noise concerns, and financial risk if public protections are not written up front. That debate matters. But even if Oklahoma never built another data center, AI would still affect Oklahoma's economy. Every business with an internet connection can use AI. Accounting offices, law firms, hospitals, manufacturers, school districts, banks, energy companies, retailers, local governments. They will all have to figure out what AI does to productivity, staffing, training, customer service, data security, and wages. That means Oklahoma needs more than a recruitment strategy for data centers. It needs a workforce strategy for the people already here. A plan to help workers learn new tools. A plan to help small businesses adapt. A plan to help students graduate with useful skills. A plan to help adults retrain before they are pushed out of the workforce. A real AI workforce strategy should run through community colleges, career tech, public schools, universities, adult education, apprenticeships, small business support, and worker retraining. It should help existing workers adapt before they are displaced. It should help students graduate with usable skills. It should help small employers adopt AI without simply cutting people. It should help workers move into better jobs, not just survive worse ones. That is economic development. Selling cheap power to machines is not enough. The Arkansas comparison should sting for another reason. Arkansas has already made a stronger teacher pay commitment than Oklahoma. Its LEARNS Act raised the state minimum teacher salary to $50,000. Oklahoma's state minimum teacher salary schedule for 2026 to 27 starts around $41,601. That gap matters. Teacher pay is not separate from economic development. Teacher pay is economic development. A state that underpays teachers is making a workforce decision. Oklahoma's leaders keep telling us their economic strategy works. They tell us Oklahoma is a top state for business. The household income test says otherwise. Republicans took full control of the Oklahoma legislature beginning with the 2009 legislative session. Mary Fallin took office as governor in 2011. Since then, Oklahoma has fallen further behind the national median household income. That is not spin. That is the scoreboard. In 2011, Oklahoma's real median household income was about 97% of the U.S. median. By 2024, it had fallen to about 78%. Oklahoma dropped almost 19 percentage points relative to the national median. And the recent trend shows it is not getting better. From 2018 to 2023, Oklahoma's inflation-adjusted median household income grew about half as fast as the national average. About 3.2% in Oklahoma compared with 6.4% nationally. That is the test. Oklahoma's economic development strategy keeps failing. Oklahoma does not lack money when powerful interests are asking. The state can find hundreds of millions of dollars for tax credits, business incentives, private school subsidies, and favored industries. The working estimate is about $1.3 billion a year in major tax credits, subsidies, and incentive programs. But when the issue is preparing ordinary Oklahomans for the next economy, the answer is usually delay. Study it later. Wait for the market. Let the private sector handle it. Hope cheap land and low taxes somehow lift family incomes. That is not a plan. That is political muscle memory. Data centers are infrastructure for AI companies. Workforce training is infrastructure for Oklahoma families. Those are not the same thing. A data center can operate in Oklahoma while much of the economic value flows somewhere else. The technology can be owned somewhere else. The profits can be booked somewhere else. The highest-paying jobs can be somewhere else. Oklahoma can be left with the land use, the power demand, the water pressure, the transmission needs, and a modest number of permanent local jobs. That does not mean every data center is bad. It means every data center should have to prove the public benefit. Governor Stitt, the Department of Commerce, legislative leaders, and the candidates running to replace Stitt should all be asked a simple question. Where is Oklahoma's AI workforce development plan? Not a data center recruitment plan. Not a tax incentive plan. Not a speech about being business-friendly. A workforce development plan. Because AI is coming either way. The question is whether Oklahoma will be ready. Oklahoma does not need to be the state where AI companies plug in their machines while Oklahoma workers get unplugged from the future. If Arkansas can get in the room, Oklahoma has no excuse for standing outside the door. Follow the money at wlangdon.substack.com.